Okay, everybody, here we go. I'm just loving checking out the chat here. You guys are great, all of you guys and girls. Lava's here. Hi, Lava. Everybody, I hope you can hear me okay on this lovely New Year's Eve. Thanks, Shannon. I appreciate that. Anyway, as I said, New Year's Eve, December 31st, obviously, 2024. Just in case you forgot, this freaking freak show of a market is closed tomorrow. So I get a day off, and maybe some of you do as well. Either way, look, I want you guys and girls to realize that there's going to be a lot of foolish people out on the road tonight, um, that are going to act very irresponsible. I mean, just a heads up. I can't even believe I'm saying this, but 36 years ago, I lost someone very close to me. She was 23 years old. Her life was taken by a drunk driver. It's a terrible thing. And that left a scar on me, which exists till this day. I generally don't celebrate this day because of that. And I just want you guys and girls to, just be careful out there tonight, honestly, and look out. All right. Anyway, look, let's get back to the situation that we have today. First of all, let me just start off with the markets. I didn't print this stuff out, but not really too much. The major averages, the Dow Jones Industrial Average, the S&P, and the Nasdaq did fall. Nothing major. The Nasdaq took the biggest hit, about almost 1%. Nothing major going on here. 10-year yield did come up a little bit, not enough to rattle the stock market. It appears after yesterday's freaking miraculous drop. I mean, we haven't seen anything like that in a year. I wonder who did that. It stopped the bleeding in the market like that. Seeing this in real time, because I'm sitting here watching, I'm just going, I can't even believe what I'm seeing. Bang, 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 bang. The Dow was down over 800. All of a sudden, poof, out of nowhere, 10-year yield just craters. Bang, up goes the stock market. There is something called the Exchange Stabilization Fund, where the Federal Reserve literally gets into the market, starts buying. They obviously buy debt. They buy large cap stocks. Yes, Nick the Pig too. Yes, the plunge protection team. That's another one. It's unbelievable. But okay, cryptocurrencies higher. Not much today. Bitcoin's still around 94,000. You got gold, did catch a bid, up by about 0.77%. Silver falling by about 0.4%. And with regard to crude oil, gain of about 1.14%. Okay, lovely, fantastic, and beautiful. But let's talk about some economic news that we got. No one's going to be surprised here. And you know what? I'll tell you something. As I cover this, I want you to keep in mind that we were told all this was temporary. This was transitory. There was nothing to worry about. And of course, there is zero accountability, none. Imagine our shock here. But so this is Barron's Market Watch here. So home prices keep rising. Okay, what they're really telling you is it's taking more weaker dollars to buy, well, anything. Let's move forward here. So home prices continue to rise. Oh, this is beautiful. You're going to love this. Home prices are still rising. In other words, people can't afford to make it anyway. But it's rising at a slower pace. So you don't have to hold anybody account for any of this stuff. This is where it gets even more crazy. And look, everyone focuses on housing, rent, and everything else here, but it's food inflation, which is and energy, but energy not so much as of late, but we're going to be facing more of that moving forward. But food inflation, I want to show you a chart. I hope I have it here, which is going to frankly blow your freaking mind. I have the chart. Anyway, here's a nice headline for you. Food inflation as grocery prices continue to soar. See which state are getting it the worst. And there's a whole list of these in this article here. So just keep food inflation in mind real quick. Now, this is just from 3 weeks ago Food prices have now gone up 28% in the last 5 years. Now I'm running a poll here. It looks like 65% of you are already feeling the pinch. I'm surprised there's only 65% of you, I'll be honest with you. But what you have to understand is this is not going to stop. And I'm going to show you what I'm talking about in a moment. I want you to consider something and don't, again, verify what I'm about to say. Alan, thank you. I appreciate that. In 1900, it would have taken you $2 to buy what $100 will buy you today. Think about what I just said. $2 in 1900. Today will cost you $100 to buy the same amount of goods. That trajectory, let me show you what I'm talking about here. This is going back to just 2000, okay? But let that sink in. In 1900, it would have cost $2 to buy what will cost you $100 today. So basically what you're taking away is the dollar has lost since 1900. 98% of its purchasing power. It's being sucked out. It's the boiling frog, and everything seems normal, but I'm telling you here, and this is a massive theme, a major theme that you're going to see moving forward in 2025, and not just here in the lovely, what used to be the United States of America now, whatever it is. We're going to see currency devaluation much, much worse. Now, food inflation, and this is a serious thing. I really believe they're weaponizing food. They're going to cause people to suffer because they need to generate more slaves to the current system as we are bridged into the new system, more dependency on the current system. What better way to do it than to have a growling stomach, a hungry belly here? This is going back to just 2000. I want you to look at this chart of consumer prices. Let's start back here. I want you to just notice the trend here, obviously going higher. Something happened here in 2012 where food, the blue line, started to outpace overall inflation. Then in 2019 here, the end of Trump's tenure last time, and all through freak show mummy man creature non-human entity Biden, this has gone absolutely insane. You can see right here in 2019 where it started to go berserk. This trend here is not going to stop. Not only is it not going to stop, we know, you and I already know a few things here. Currency devaluation is going to accelerate, period. And there's a reason why we are rapidly being bridged into the new system. Deregulation of the banks, cryptocurrency, you all know that. You didn't want it, you didn't vote for it, but you're getting it anyway. Okay, just accept that fact, and you can't change it. I don't care how much you want to scream about it. We are not going back to a constitutional money system. We're being pulled further away from that. This has been the plan of central banks people for decades. You all know this, and it's right now, it's happening here. But they got to create more people who need the current system, who can't survive without it. You understand? So people will accept the new system. They'll take whatever they get. You know what I mean? You're going to eat bugs and you're going to be happy about it. It's really what they're doing here. So massive currency devaluation again, and they're going to tell you, prices of homes are rising. Is that what really is going on? The price of food is rising, but is that really what's going on? No, it's the purchasing power of the currency, which is being removed incrementally, piece by piece, slowly and methodically. But now, with this poll here, 67% of you are feeling the pinch already. This is not going to get any better. It's going to get worse. And I want you guys and girls to start to think about alternatives here. I am not the guy to be talking to with regard to growing gardens and stuff. I've tried to do this. I love plants. I really do. But unfortunately, when I try to grow things, I used to have a green thumb when I was a kid. As I've gotten old here, I just can't seem to do it anymore. But you guys and girls really got to start being more self-sufficient because look, for those of you here that are having a hard time right now, understanding that because of the mechanism here, again, it's artificially suppressed rates, and you're going to see this dramatically around the world. This is how central banks are working together right now. Destroy the purchasing power of the currency by artificially suppressing rates. Okay. That mechanism, all it's doing really, and you know this, is helping to inflate the biggest, most monstrous bubble in the history the world has ever seen. I'm talking about the world debt hyper bubble, not just here in the United States. Let's get rid of, Trump. Let's get rid of the debt ceiling. Let's just borrow into oblivion. Let's keep it on going. It's just a number. It doesn't mean anything. And a lot of people are being convinced of that. That's not actually true. We pay interest on this here. And it means your standard of living is going to decrease. Look, the freaking freak show in Washington, which however you want to look at this, they don't want you looking at them. They want to do whatever they want, get their kickbacks. They're all multi-millionaires. Okay, some are even billionaires. How do they get that? By public service. And you see what I'm going? And you're being destroyed. It comes right out of you. You're being destroyed. And I think we're pretty much on the same page with this. It's unfortunate. Now, a couple of things I want to bring to your attention here, because you guys and girls brought this to my attention. And, look, let's talk about it. With regard to gold and silver and commodities. Now, I want you to read this headline. History shows gold could repeat its 2024 rally. I'm going to here to tell you this. The mechanism, as long as the mechanism remains in place to keep cash moving into risk assets, in other words, the stock market, via artificially suppressed rates. Ian, thank you so much here. Where can I get my spreadsheet? I'm not even sure what you mean by that, buddy. Everyone knows what assets I'm buying. Period. I don't have. I'm an open book. But anyway, let's move forward with this real quick. So I've explained this to you. There's a lot of people who are very unhappy with what's happening to the price of gold and silver as of late. Do not expect gold and silver to outperform anything moving forward because of the mechanism of artificially suppressing until the debt market implodes on itself. And that is the biggest threat to all of us here. Ian, you really should be aware of this. This is why you should be in hard assets right now, realizing that this mechanism here, look, cash seeks yield. You all know that. I've been telling you this forever. That means cash will move into assets, asset classes. It doesn't matter if they have any reality or any bearing on reality with regard to valuation. It doesn't matter. Easy money creates the environment we are in. And that's inflated the biggest stock market bubble in the history of the world in the back of a debt hyper bubble. You all know that. And this mechanism creates, cash comes out of assets you should be going into and vice versa. And this inflates bubbles. And these bubbles are dramatic. They're so humongously huge. It's hard for even me to get my head around. So forget about this stuff here. You want to hope, at least for now, that the price of gold and silver remains suppressed. It gives you and me a chance to buy more of this stuff, which I am planning on. I am planning on adding significantly to my physical gold and silver holdings moving forward here. You already know I'm out of this stock market. I don't have a single dollar in it right now. It doesn't mean I'm bearish. I'm neutral. If I were bearish, I'd be shorting the market. You understand? I keep seeing these stinking comments. Greg is bearish. I'm not bearish. I'm not bullish. I'm neutral. If a guy or girl is walking the street and they're not in the market, are they bullish or are they bearish? They're neither, right? They're neutral. That's me. I still remain a major bull with regard to cryptocurrencies. It's a no-brainer here on a massive scale. Honestly, do you not see what's going on? Do you not understand the dynamics in play? I don't know what it's going to take for some of you who have been telling me I've been wrong for, I don't know, since I told you to buy Bitcoin at 17,500. Greg, you're wrong. You're leading your people to the slaughter. It's going to zero. It's almost $100,000. Okay. I think I called that one right. And I'm telling you here, the Bitcoin president, the fact that we're going to be adding these to the U.S. Strategic Reserve, still no plan how we're going to pay for it. Maybe we're going to sell gold, which we probably don't have anymore. Other nations around the world talking about, they're all going to do the same thing. It's all a mechanism. Start to wake up to what's happening. All right. Gold and silver, embrace this. Again, as long as rates are artificially suppressed, cash is going to seek yield. I believe it's going to go into cryptos dramatically moving forward, and even more dramatically when we melt down the debt market. People, this is the easiest thing to understand. I've never wavered from what I'm about to tell you. Even this morning, I said debt market implosion is going to wipe out the stock markets of the world so fast. They're not even going to know what happened, and cash is just going to seek yield at that point. It's going to go into suppressed assets. Gold, silver, platinum, palladium, crude oil, commodities, and yes, I believe cryptocurrencies as well. That's how it's going to play out. So, do I believe that we're going to see gold skyrocket in, come 2025? Yeah, maybe if the debt market implodes on us, but I don't think they're done. They're not done forcing us to participate in their system. In other words, dependency on it. Food inflation. We haven't seen anything yet. Be ready for it. They're going to find every excuse in the book to tell you why food inflation. First of all, we're going to see supply chain disruptions here. Yeah, there's not enough people, bro. I wish there were. I'm very disappointed. And I'm very disappointed with a lot of YouTubers with large followings who didn't want to back it up. I'm not going to name names here. Some did. And some people wanted nothing to do with it. And it's very, very, very disheartening to me. Lynette Zhang wanted to support this 100%. Lynette, I love you. She was one that was all behind this. But I'm going to tell you right now that a lot of other people were not. People you'd be surprised to find out. Anyway, this is not going to stop. I want you to be aware of that again. Anyway, with regard to this, you know where we stand. Now, you guys and girls wanted me to talk about this, so I will. Apparently, it was China. They could tell us whatever they want. All right. Our treasury was hacked by some Chinese actor. An actor. It was an actor. You believe any of this stuff? I don't believe any of it. Now, I want to cover one last thing before we go. It's kind of interesting how they're setting this up. It really, really is. And it goes back to accountability, which, again, there is zero anymore. So, according to the opinion here, that the Fed has two bad options. It either accept higher inflation, which means you're screwed, which you're going to get anyway, okay? And the Fed and every other central bank is going out of their way to inflate even further. This is why certain puppets have been selected to sit behind Resolute desks and other desks around the world so they can work with their central bank calling for lower rates, which is what? Currency purchasing power negative. And guess what? You lose. You understand? So again, there's no accountability here. Or accept a recession. People can't get by as it is right now. And I'm telling you, the way things are looking right now, we are moving into a severe recession. Or don't listen to Greg. Trump just warned you or promised you, however you want to look at it, because they got to tell you first before it happens, and they got to see what you're going to do. You're going to push back, or you're going to just accept it. Another Great Depression here. Don't listen to Greg. I know a lot of you trust Donald Trump a lot more than Greg Mannarino for whatever reason. Okay, you're allowed to trust Donald Trump more than Greg. Okay, that's fine. But if you do, then listen to what he's telling you, because I think the man is 100% correct. He's nailed it to the wall on this one here, because again, they got to tell you what's going to happen, what they have planned for you before they do it. They got to sell you a big story and then flip it all around the other way. And unfortunately, got people zombified, man. It's a terrible, terrible thing. Anyway, so that's kind of where we're at, guys and girls. And leaving 2024 here, I don't think too many of us are gonna miss it. But I really think what we have moving forward in 2025, you're gonna wish you had some of it back. I'm telling you right now, because if you think the issues with inflation, especially food inflation, are over, you really your compass is off by 180 degrees. This is going to get worse. The pressure on the middle class around the world is going to be increased to create dependency on the central bank system. That's what we have here. You understand? They're the real entities running the economy, running the markets, running the financial system. That's what's happening here. And the sooner you guys and girls get hip to that, I think a lot better off you're going to be. With regard to Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, I would say it's pretty much a lock, and it would take something pretty dramatic to not allow this to happen. I think Bitcoin could double from where we are now to the end of 2025. The potential here for a debt market meltdown remains. It's on a hair trigger, and it's going to be at a time of their choosing. We cannot guess this. There is no way to do it because we know something. We know something that most people don't know. And again, please don't take my word for what I'm about to tell you. It should be obvious. The number one issuers and buyers of debt are central banks. They issue debt through window via their currency. Their product is debt. They issue that to the world here. It's a debt-based system. And the new system is also going to be run by central banks as well. Let's not even go there. You already know about it. But they issue debt through window in the form of their currency, which we work for. We work for the privilege to borrow into existence. I want you to think about that. You do not own those bills you worked for today. They're owned by the issuing central bank, in this case, the Fed, and owed back to the Fed. Plus interest they create out of nothing. What a business to be in, right? A central banker. It's an incredible thing here. Honestly, it's a mind blower. So they're issuing debt through that, and then they buy it back through another, artificially suppressing rates here. And that creates currency devaluation. And what does that do? It creates a greater need for their product, the dollars that you work to borrow from the central bank. As currency is devalued to buy food, to buy a house, or rent, or whatever it may be, it's going to take more and more and more of those weaker dollars to buy anything. You understand? Central banks have this down to a science that is just frankly unbelievable. Really, it's too much. But what else you expect in this kind of an environment, where they think of you and I as nothing more than a means to an end, and we're not. We're not just a means to an end. Understand? I think most of you do. It's unfortunate, but look, man, you guys and me, we're doing something about it. Number one, we're raising our own awareness, and we're trying to help others as well. It's humongous. Some people, I get it, cannot be helped. Believe me, I know that. They're locked into some kind of a thought process that they can't snap out of it. Either it's fear. A lot of times it's fear. Fear is paralyzing. You don't want to be afraid of anything. You want to look at a situation and say, okay, I understand it. First of all, you got to understand the situation. Once you get it and you have that epiphany, then you say, okay, what am I going to do about it? What can I do about it? Realizing really the reason why, the number one reason why the society here, especially in the United States, has been divided. We are a conquered society, conquered. The Reds hate the Blues. The Blues hate the Reds, okay? So we can't elicit change, and that is a key. That's been going back to time immemorial. Divide and conquer them all. This is how a handful of families control the entire world. You don't have to control everyone. You just have to control a few powerful people, or get someone that people trust to pull a little switcheroo on a few things, and we're starting to see that already. Okay, and then they win. They don't have to. This doesn't have to be a widespread thing. It only has to be very few people have to be controlled to allow the population itself to be controlled. And it's the oldest trick in the freaking book. You got it. That's a good one, Mickey. Medications here too. Absolutely. I think if you guys and girls, first of all, this stuff has an expiration date, but you guys and girls are going to, unfortunately, I think we're going to see supply chain disruptions. They're going to force that on you too. Fear, my health, other things too. Just be ready for what they're going to throw at you. Anything. Just have the high ground always. If you expect things, even to be worse than they are, but they're not, you're better off. Does that make sense to you? It should anyway. I've been telling you, moving into 2025, I really do see just by connecting the stinking dots, it's not hard to do. It does appear that we're being thrust. Again, this is not an accident, into a severe recession, or according to Donald Trump, a depression. Okay. And if you recall, Trump's second in command, Elon Musk, said, we should expect that. You should expect a severe economic downturn or hardship. You got to endure the hardship because things are going to get better afterward. It's kind of a sales pitch. You don't worry about it. There won't be anyone held to account. You're going to endure. And really, please don't take my word for this. All right. I'm not bad mouthing Elon Musk. I'm telling you what the guy said. You don't believe he said it? Before you comment and say something ridiculously asinine that he never said it, look it up for yourself. He did say it. Okay. And that is the second in command. Vance is gone. He's vanished. It's Musk and Trump. And I would say Musk, really. Musk is the guy who got Trump to flip on the H-1B visa issue. You all know that. Come on, guys and girls. Will the real presidential select stand up here? You remember a while back I said, imagine if they made Elon Musk president. I know he's a foreigner and he can't be, but he's kind of like a de facto president now, isn't he? Imagine how surprised. But it's only a costume, the upside down crucifix he wore on his chest, and he posted on Twitter that was there for, I don't know, many months. It was just a costume. Just a costume. Make it up, right, Joe? Joe Potter, look, it's just a costume. Oh, guys, anyway, I love you guys and girls so much. Anyway, so look, I think we covered a lot of important things here. And we got a good turnout here, 1,700. I love that. And so you guys and girls, look, think about these stuff, but I do want you to enjoy yourself tonight. Don't be like Greg Mannarino. All right, look, man, I let the death, her name was Laura, I let it affect me for 36 years. And I still carry it right here in my heart. Terrible thing. But just go out there and enjoy yourselves. Be responsible, of course. Be careful. Take care of yourselves. Then take care of each other. I will not see you tomorrow for New Year's Day. The market is closed. All right. I will see you obviously Thursday, and we're gonna get this down, people. I'll see you in the morning. Let me just make sure I'm right on this. my brain is sometimes a little out there. I think you all know that. That's kind of it, people. And again, look, I don't know what else to say. We've been together, some of you and I, for over a decade, and I love you guys. I don't know another way to say it. All right, I will see you Thursday morning. Have a great, happy, fantastic, and happy New Year. And look, next year, I don't care what they do. We can't stop what they're doing. It's just, again, there's no accident here. But we're going to get through this. We're going to get through this no matter what. We are. Period of freaking end, all right? I could keep going, but I think I'm probably running off at the mouth here. Love all of you guys again. Thank you for being here. Thank you for those thumbs up. And please share the video and get it out there, all right? I will see you Thursday.